My name is Carly Martin and I'm a director on the board of BeyondHousing. I have been an architect practicing for over 10 years and I began in Sydney where I also studied architecture, and also I was teaching architecture so at UNSW and at the University of Technology of Sydney, and after leaving Sydney I moved to Albury and established my own architecture practice here, and that's where I'm practicing today. I think there's actually not that many female architects. Like if you look at architectural graduates, women represent around 40% of all graduates, so reasonably equal numbers graduating. But when you get to registered architects, and registration process takes a number of years after completing the degree, the number of registered architects drops dramatically. I think it sits at around 30%, and then even lesser as time sort of goes on. And if you look at women architects who are also have companies, you're getting down to about 13%. So yeah, it really drops off dramatically. So there's certainly not many women who have architectural businesses. Yeah, I mean, I get asked a lot, like, what do architects actually do? You know, it's not actually transparent to a lot of people, but I describe it as we're professional problem solvers. We're trained in problem solving. So, and that thinking is so applicable across so many different areas of our lives. So I think, we have a unique way of viewing issues and also trying to find solutions. So I see that as really where architects can innovate, and also because our expertise is in bringing groups of people together to solve a larger problem. We don't work by ourselves. We love working with other people, with other experts, consultants, building teams. So we really love drawing on the expertise of other people as well. The board is an incredibly supportive environment for everyone who is part of it, and I think the board itself, obviously the makeup of the board is key, and making sure that we see representation of women at all different levels of an organisation and having that space for people to be heard, I think is critical. I think I go back to my idea of problem solving as being this key element, and I see that as how BeyondHousing can manage to find housing for people, that's putting together all these pieces and navigating quite a complex jigsaw to bring together all the parts that are needed to build housing, to support people into housing. I think all of those pieces coming together is where BeyondHousing is this link that provides a really powerful connective tool. I think it's important to note that climate change affects different groups of people disproportionately, and in fact women and less advantaged people are worse affected by climate change, and that's what we're going to continue to see into the future. And at the same time, I'm very aware that the construction industry is quite a large contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. So I think that it's really important that we consider what our role is with creating the built environment and what we want that built environment to look like in the future. And I think that's where we really can make a difference. We know that diversity in architecture and the built environment is needed into the future, and I think I really just view International Women's Day as an opportunity to pause and celebrate what has been achieved. It's easy to get bogged down in what still needs to be done, but I think just a moment to celebrate what has already occurred.